Hello, my darlings. Welcome in. This is going to be a love. This is going to be a reading for true love, about true love. This is for my true love seekers, my soulmates, twin flames, brokenhearted, lonely hearts, all of that. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's been a little while since I've done a reading dedicated specifically to you all, pulling in the energies of the soulmate cycle, and we just had the sun move into Pisces, so I want to get a pull on the reading, on the energies right now, and see what kind of insight and information that I can put out there for you all, hopefully to bring peace, discernment, comfort, anything along those lines. With that being said, if you're new to the channel, my name is Samantha. I don't know why I said it like that. My name is Samantha, and I'm truly blessed to have you be here. This is a channel that I have dedicated solely to putting out love and discernment and help into the world. So hopefully you will find that here and be blessed for your time here. With all of that said, take a really deep breath with me and release. Let's close out the noise of the day or the noise of your sleep if you're just waking up. If you're just waking up, let's bless the day. If you're somewhere in the midst of your day, let's just separate. Let's just come in here, spend a little bit of time with the cards, and see what Spirit has to say to us all. I'm going to be using the Tarot Wonderland and the Light Seer deck. At least that's the plan right now. Sometimes my guides change that up on me. There's a lot of angelic energy in my space today, and that has come to see this reading. So it's guided by and overseen by angels today. I mean, not that it isn't usually, but it's a very different energy today. It's very specific. It's like I can feel them all around me. It's like they came to watch. So that's kind of new for me. I don't know that I've felt that way before. I mean, they come to guide and they come for lots of reasons. I feel like they came to watch right now. So that being said, we're going to read, we're going to grab a Rumi card from this Oracle deck, which I love this deck. It's beautiful. I highly recommend it. A lot of good insight, a lot of good, there's a lot of beauty in this. I'm not the best shuffling to have cards just kind of jump out. I usually just let, some people do that. I watch their readings and I'm just amazed at how quick their hands move. Mine don't do that. So we're just gonna, okay, I'm gonna just have the guides pull a card for me. This is what we got. These cards are thick. They always feel like I'm pulling out more than one card. Okay. We got two cards regardless, because guides told me to pull the one off the top as well. So what we have is Beyond the Threshold of Fear and Cosmic Heart. The artwork on these cards is stunning. So this is card 25. I shall now read to you a story. Beyond the Threshold of Fear. This is the Rumi quote that goes with this card. Enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind the door. I love that. I love fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. I've never thought of it like that before. There's a lot of fear in the collective. Not as much as there had been the last couple of years with everything going on, but I think I still can feel it. There's still a lot of unknown and a lot of fear out there, but particularly surrounding twin flames and soulmates and stuff, there's always that certain element of, particularly if you're drawn, if you are here to be in a soulmate relationship, a destined sacred soulmate partnership, I'm going to call it that because I'm not talking about karmic partnerships. I'm talking about sacred soulmate partnerships that are destined to help change the world. You feel that your whole life. And you probably tried to find that your whole life on some unconscious level. You've probably been in at least one relationship, possibly 2 or 3, maybe even more, that didn't work out, but you gave everything that you had because you thought this was the thing. The last, decade has been a time of educating ourselves about what true consciousness in a relationship is about, what these new evolved relationships are going to be about. These relationships weren't possible, I don't think, before 2012. Not really. We might have had a few people here kind of laying groundwork. But by and large, these were not the types of relationships that this planet sustained before 2012. And now part of this shift is opening this huge floodgate to let these be the kind of partnerships that are on this planet and in this life. But there can be a lot of fear, from your past, from past hurts and concern that, especially with the way that the world is set up right now, they're kind of set up against romantic relationships. Like, that's silly, like they don't exist, and fairy tales, and you're stupid if you believe in them, and all of that. There's a darkness that comes with that, with those fears, and when we accept those words into our heart. I struggle with that too sometimes. I used to, make my living writing romance novels, and there's still definitely a market for that, don't get me wrong. People, I was just telling somebody the other day, I used to go to conventions and people would have me sign their arms, I mean, it was like rock star territory. It was kind of crazy. So I get the romantic ideal. I also get that most people don't believe in it anymore. And when they indulge in it, they think of it as fantasy. I think that some of us are here to have actual, real, true, sacred soulmate partnerships that are going to help change the relationships of this planet. And I believe that that's a big part of this shift. And if that's your part of the shift, you feel that in your soul. But it's also mixed a little bit with this fear. I'm going to read the Cosmic Heart really quick, and then we'll actually get into the reading. All right, Cosmic Heart, the Rumi quote that goes with this card. I was dead, I became alive. I was tears, I became laughter. The power of love. I'm going to cry, sorry. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. Sorry. These Rumi cards, they just do this to me. There's your answer to your fear. I put the book away too quick because I get overwhelmed sometimes by the truth that I feel that I read in these cards, the things that hit me in my own integrity of like, yeah, you're not doing that either. Like we do. I have seen everything. I have no fear. I have the heart of a lion. I shine like Venus. The power of love arrived. Y'all, disclaimer first. This is tarot. It's for entertainment purposes, and this is not meant to be relationship advice or love advice, or it's not predictive future telling, anything like that. You need to trust your instincts. You need to trust your guides. You need to trust your own path and your own, what you know as true. Okay? And that is true. You need to. You don't ever give your power away to a tarot reader. Just listen to what's presented in an honest, open fashion, and then take it to your guides and figure out what you're supposed to do with it. These are general readings, so not everything's ever going to apply to you. Okay, that being said, here's the thing. The power of love arrived and made me everlasting power. That's what I'm talking about here. These sacred soulmate partnerships that some of us are destined into, that are terrifying, I'll be honest with you. I've been working on mine for years. They have the power to shift the planet. They are powerful. They're beyond our comprehension. They're beyond what we truly understand right now, especially as far as relationships go. And I could go into the whole astrology stuff about Pluto, Saturn, and Libra in the 80s and why relationships are where they are. I might make a video on that. If you want to hear more about that, comment down below, because if I get enough people that actually want to hear that, I can make a whole video on that subject alone. But end of the day, my point is, if you feel called towards, it's beyond twin flame, you guys. It's beyond that. If you feel called towards these deep soul bonded relationships, whether you know the person right now or you just know that they're out there. That is a very sacred, destined calling for this time period, for this shift. I shall stop lecturing, or whatever it is I'm doing right now, and we will actually get onto the cards. I'm going to clarify with the Lights Here deck. Well, usually I do the little Lights Here deck, but my guides told me to use the big one when I'm clarifying. You know, I usually use the smaller cards, but we're going to use the big ones today. And we're going to start with the Tarot of Wonderland. And I'm just going to give this, I already wildly shuffled all these cards earlier, but I'm just going to give it another couple of quick shuffles, and then, like I do, I will read off the bottom of the deck. If you're new here, I do read the tarot cards weird. I read upside down and backwards half the time. So we're going to start at the bottom of the deck. To be clear, the bottom of the deck is usually just kind of God showing me where we're going with the reading. The top of the deck is the actual reading. This bottom of the deck thing is just usually, oh, that is so funny. Oh my gosh. This bottom of the deck stuff is usually just me getting really connected with my guides and where they want to go with the reading. What I'm bemused by, well, that's probably not the right word, but anyway, Five of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. I just did a reading. It's a general reading. But I would advise you to watch it, because there was a separate little mini reading that came out. It was definitely soulmate related. But it was very focused and centered on Five of Cups. So this reading is going to connect back to that reading. I record all my readings and then upload them all kind of at this one after another. So when this one goes up, that one's probably already up, but just keep your eye open for it. I'm probably going to call it something about waiting at the dead tree, something like that. Anyway, so we've got the Five of Cups, ooh, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, 1, 2, 3, 4, the Seven of Wands, which my guides are telling me to leave reversed, oof, and the Three of Swords. All right. Three of Swords is sort of a crossing energy when I do this for me. I mean, it's all kind of crossing. I mean, you could do this 3 cards, this crossing that. And in fact, let's just do that. I like it. Let's do that. Okay, so what I've got here is the Five of Cups. I am highly super channeling this reading. I can feel it. I can hear it. So this may not be strict adherence to what the tarot cards mean. Take that, you know, for what that's worth. Because this is what I'm getting. Your past relations, this is a lot about past relationships is what I'm seeing right here. Your past relationships have left you reaching for empty cups, because the people have withheld the 2 cups from you. All they've given you are the empty cups. And that's why you're so focused on that, because that's all you were allowed to have. These were being withheld. You weren't allowed these. And I'm saying that because we've got the Seven of Swords crossing this. This is sneaky, cheating, stealing, making, you know, like mind fuckery. Oh, sorry about the language. I try to watch that. You know, this is narcissistic energy. This is them telling you it's your fault and making you believe it's your fault that the other cups are missing. That kind of crap going on. However, you've got, this is a cup, this is a card of nostalgia, thinking back fondly on your youth, and it's covered by the Ten of Pentacles. This card is representing the dreams that you had of love and marriage as a child, that you thought it was going to be everything. You thought it was going to be everything and you wanted it. You've been dreaming about this relationship your entire life. When you were a little girl, little boy, you dreamt about your marriage. You know, you might have been playing, you know, I don't know what you played, cops and robbers, or I don't know, but you might have been playing other games, but you were always dreaming about, you know, your life, you know, in your marriage. I just got, you know, when you family gatherings, Christmas, you sat there and watched all the adults and couldn't wait to be them, having your own family and your own Christmas party and having everybody over your house for Christmas. It didn't work out that way for you, though. I've got the Seven of Wands in reverse, crossed by the Three of Swords. That's telling me that the relationships that you got into, you probably gave too much of yourself away, and it ended in heartbreak. All right. That's the information we're going into the reading with, okay? That's kind of where we're at. But let's see where we're going. Let's see where we're going. Let me get these kind of shuffled up in the deck here. And then we'll actually draw ourselves a reading. Oh, oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. I don't even know how this card, it's sitting over here. It must have been on the bottom of the deck, and when I picked it up, or the top of the deck, and when I picked it up, it stayed. It's the Lovers. I'm telling you, I told you at the beginning, the angels are here. The angels are here watching over this reading. If y'all know other people that this reading that you think might help, please share it, okay? If you don't, if you think it's crap, then don't share it. But, you know, if you think this will help people, because I feel like this is a really special reading going on right now, and my little baby channel's not, you know, going to reach people necessarily. I trust God to put it out to who it needs to be put out to, but we're all agents of that. So if this video resonates for you, if you wouldn't mind sharing, liking, subscribing, all those things, I would greatly appreciate it, because end of the day, I want to be here for you, for those of you that are in this situation. I'm in this situation. I've been in this situation. I've learned so much that I feel like I can be a Sherpa at this point, you know, and that's why I'm here. That's why my guides asked me specifically to do this channel. They asked me last October to do this channel. It took me a while to get on board, but I'm here now. All right, let's cut the deck and see what we got on the bottom. Oh, the Ten of Pentacles came back. All right, so this reading is going to, there's the Six of Cups, and I shuffled this quite a bit, but they still stuck together. So what this is telling me is this reading is going to tell you how to get to those dreams of your childhood. This reading is going to tell you where you're at and where you need to go. I'm excited about this, you guys. I'm going to take both of these cards off the bottom of the deck, and I'm going to set them over here with our Rumi cards. All right. And then I feel like I'm supposed to give this deck one more shuffle. Okay. I love Alice in Wonderland. I've always identified with her since I was a child, because I used to feel like I was a crazy person because of all my spiritual gifts. And now I realize, oh no, it was all the people around me that were crazy. I'm good. Do this one more time. All right. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. But you know what? I feel like that one was supposed to be upside down. I don't do a lot of reversals because I tend to read the energies. And my guides have just told me to turn the cards up when they come up that way. But every once in a while, like over here too, I get hit with this whole, no, leave that one the way it is. So put those off to the side. Here's what we've got. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles reversed. So it's a lot of pentacles. It's a lot of physicality in here. The only emotional card we got was the King of Cups, but this is a big one. Now the King of Cups can be a bit wishy-washy in their giving of the cup of love. You know, they're kind of in this card here I'm getting, they're kind of an island unto themselves. You're gonna have to swim out there if you want that cup of love, but it's a big cup of love, so it might be worth the swim. The Seven of Pentacles is, you know, we're putting in the work. In this card, apparently we're painting the roses red, which you actually don't want to do. You know, just be bold, be brave, show off your white roses. The Queen of Pentacles is a wise queen. She's nurturing. She takes care of her family. This is probably who you wanted to be as a child growing up. You know, she takes care of everybody. She's the grandma that everybody loves. Like the whole neighborhood loves this grandma. Two of Pentacles reversed is, you know, again, this is going back to that last reading I did. There's a decision that needs to be made here, but you're not seeming to want to make it. I'm going to go ahead and start laying out, clarifying. This might, I feel like I can already tell they're going to have me pull a third deck out, so this might start getting a little hairy. So, you know, settle in. Let's see where we go. Sorry, the cards are now all in pieces in my hands. That's what I get for trying to shuffle. All right. Swords, the Queen of Cups. Nope, it's this card. That's the High Priestess. Yep. Ten of Cups. So Victory and the Magician. Which I think I just pulled out backwards because my guides are telling me that. So sorry. They're like, you reversed them. I've got a Knight of Wands and a Two of Wands. Also actually came out also in reversed. Okay, so yeah. Ooh. All right, y'all. What I'm reading on is how to get you back to your youthful ideas of love and romance. I feel like, again, going to the Rumi cards, there's fear, there's a lack of trust. Probably even in the universe, in the design of the universe, certainly in relationships at this point, I can feel the broken hearts. I can feel the woundedness. I get it. Gosh, I get it. I went through a twin flame relationship. My opinion on twin flames is that they're not meant to last. They're not meant to be the big happily ever after. They're not, in most cases, they're not meant to be the destiny. They're here to prepare you for the destiny. They're here to force you to do all the work, to have the huge spiritual awakening, the Kundalini awakening, the gifts coming online, all of that. That's what they're here for. It's the other half of you that has come down to ignite you and then to burn you to ash so that you can rebuild as your truth, as who you're meant to be. It's actually, I think the twin flame is a huge gift. I hate the way mine went down, but I have a lot of love for it as well. I mean, just from a physical standpoint, hate's a strong word, but sure, he was incredible. It was incredible. It was powerful. And do I wish that had been a thing? Absolutely. Certainly at the time. Because when I met my actual soulmate, sacred soulmate partner, I was still in the relationship with my twin flame and I wanted nothing to do with the sacred soulmate partner. My guides told me they were bringing him in before I ever even met him. They told me before I even met my twin flame that there were 3 men coming into my life to prepare me for, each one better, greater than the next. And my twin flame was the second one. And so they told me that, the following month they were planning to bring in the 3rd person. And y'all, I didn't want that. I wanted my twin flame. But, I'm quite removed from it at this point. And I can look at it from a higher place and I can see the beauty and the orchestration of it all and how it worked to my benefit, making me who I am right now. And am I with my sacred soulmate partner right now? No, absolutely not. But who I am is strong enough to be here for you. I'm here for my family, my friends, my best friend and roommate, Amy and I, we have a very sacred partnership in and of ourselves. We run a house together and businesses together. I couldn't have done any of that. Pre-Samantha twin flame couldn't have done any of that. So I do believe that the twin flame is powerful. I do believe there's great purpose in it. I don't believe that it's the happily ever after that you dreamed of as a child. That being said, dealing with the cards that we actually have here on the table, this tells me that you have been putting in work. You have been growing spiritually. You have been trying to become something. What I'm going to warn you about is, are you painting your white roses red? I know that might be an odd thing, but that really strikes me in this card. This is covering up the true beauty. Are you covering up your true beauty to give perhaps the person you're trying to attract? Are you trying to become something that you think they will be attracted to instead of just becoming your truth? Because I think that, even if you, maybe especially if you don't know the person, if you're just putting out there to the universe that you're trying to attract your soulmate in, you could have an idea in your head about what the world sees as attractive and sexy and magnetic. And you could be trying to become that instead of becoming the truest, purest version of yourself, because that's what's going to magnetize your sacred soulmate partner. They're going to be looking for white roses, not red ones. That's just kind of the truth of it. The Four of Swords, this particular one in this deck, a lot of the times it's got, this whole healing vibe. You need to do your healing work and all that. That's actually not what I'm getting off of this card in this moment. The card in this moment is restful awareness, or the energy off the card is like a restful awareness. It's this idea of, like, some of the Four of Swords cards, I can't think of which deck it's in, and it might be Rider Waite. The person is asleep and there's like 3 swords on the wall and 1 down here at the bedside. That's the more the energy that I'm getting off of this card is more the traditional. You are resting between battles. You are resting between whatever went on in the past and what's coming in the future. But you're resting ready because that sword is there. I'm not saying that what's coming in the future is a battle, but for this card's purposes, that's kind of just, it's swords. But swords represent mental acuity, mental thoughts, and being in your head and stuff. If you're, bear with me, it could be that you are learning while you're waiting. Because what I get with these 3 cards combined, because when you got the Queen of Cups here, now the Queen of Cups, she's not like the King of Cups, an island unto herself. This woman here, she's generating enough love for the entire planet, especially in this card. I mean, look at this. Look at her energy. It's going everywhere. Look at her palms out. She is sending out love to the universe. She has got so much love, it's enough for the planet. That's who we need to be. And I feel like instead of spending your time painting your white roses red, you should be spending your time learning, healing, growing, becoming this Queen of Cups, and sending your love out to the entire world, because your right person is going to also feel that and be drawn into you, whether you know them or not. Most of you, if you're here watching this, whether you know them or not, you're in separation. You're not happily together, because then why are you watching tarot readings on true love? So you're waiting in some way for this person, for this relationship. For most of you, this is valid. This is a baby channel, I would say, unless you're watching just for the amusement purposes, that's a valid thought process that you have going on there. What I've got coming up here next, and this is it's got a little bit of a warning on it. It's like, this card doesn't have your energy on it as much as it's got like that grandma energy. Listen to the wisdom of the people around you, because for some reason, you have your intuition shut off to a degree anyway on this subject, because you've got this dreamy rose-colored glasses view of what this relationship is going to be. Somehow you've managed to move through all of the pain and all of everything. But in this moment, whatever it is that you're focusing on, it's not rooted in reality. It's a little too dreamy. It's a little too fantasy oriented, because your intuition, you've shut it off because you don't want to hear something. The wisdom is trying to tell you something that you don't want to hear, because it's going to mess with this. But the thing is when that happens, and I get that because I've been there too, you don't want to hear it. When that happens, all that usually does, it doesn't take this away from you. It just usually skews it. And in tarot references, what it would do is turn it into the 10 of Pentacles. You dreamed as a child of the 10 of Pentacles, not as the 10 of Cups. You were dreaming in the 10 of Cups energy, because it's more dreamy based. This 10 of Pentacles is this cup, but based in reality. It's grounded. It's substantial. It's tangible. And that's what you want. You don't want this. So be careful what you're refusing to see right now. Because over here we have the King of Cups to go with your Queen of Cups. So we've got a divine pairing on the table, and that's pretty exciting. And that comes with the Victory card. But what I heard, my guides told me to switch the cards, because the point they're trying to make here is that you have all the pieces that you need. You could turn the roses red. You could turn the roses fuchsia if you wanted to. Whatever you need for victory, you have it. But you need to get this card turned around. I'm going to draw another card on that and figure out what it is. See if we can get any more insight on that. Because you have everything to bring your King of Cups off of his island and over here to your absolutely gorgeous Queen of Cups. And there's no gender in that. I just, energetically, one of you get to that place where you're sending out all the love, and the other one of you that's a little bit more reserved on the island is going to get called into that. They go together. They can't resist one another. The King and Queen of Cups, they go together. And over here, you've got the Two of Pentacles. This is refusing to make a decision. I've got the Two of Wands on top of that. That's you doubling down on not wanting to make a decision. And this worries me right here, because this is going to end you up in a not great. This is like a little bit like, hey, look at this. This is like, good Lord, what are you doing? You've got it with the Knight of Wands, though. Now, the Knight of Wands is a card of bold, brave action. Okay? It can be a little reckless, though. You do need to watch out for that. I feel like there's some shifts and some changes you need to make, starting with stop painting the roses red. Just nurture the tree and let the roses be beautiful and healthy. And, if the Queen of Hearts wants to come through, which is not the Queen of Cups, by the way, wants to come through and off with your head, well, it's Wonderland. It'll be fine. But seriously, it doesn't matter what other people think or say. It doesn't matter if you get rejection because you're white and not red. It's better to be true to yourself, because if you are a red rose, you are going to attract the same things you've been attracting in the past, which are not the things that are right for your soul. The decisions here, I'm going to turn these cards upright so we can look at them for a minute. The Two of Pentacles is usually it's usually a stability issue. It's usually it's like he's trying to choose between Pentacles, and look, he's got two cups out here. I'll put one card at a time. He's got two cup boats out here, and he's on the land trying to balance his pentacles when these boats of cups, I don't know, are they leaving? Are they leaving without him? Are they coming in and he's missing it? I'm not sure. The energy's not that clear on that, but that's what I'm feeling when I see this. He's missing out. And this is a thing that we get into, okay? And I get it. I get why. Because we live in a time and in a culture where we need pentacles. We need to pay bills. We need to keep food in our mouths and our kids' mouths. We need to, be pulling our own weight. Whatever saying you want to put on that. We are as a culture, we are so pentacle focused. But as a result of that, we are missing the cups. We are missing our emotions. We are missing true love. We are missing moments with our family. We are missing true connection because we're so focused on balancing these pentacles. I feel like that with the Two of Wands energy, pardon me, I gotta sorry. The Two of Wands energy is more, you have to put something down and you have to choose one of these wands. You have to put one down and grab onto the other one. In this card, I always like the way she's sitting here with the world and her travel plans, and she's dreaming, which looks like she's stuck. It's like, oh, she's staying inside and just dreaming her life away. But the fact that she has put that wand down and she has picked up this wand, that tells me that this is the planning, the dreaming in the planning stage. So there's something in your life right now that you need to take some bold action on and move away from pentacles into cups to make you more aligned with your destiny, with your true love situation. Now, I already was getting a draw some more cards. I feel like I'm getting told to do the Wild Unknown. I think that's over here. I'm just going to draw a few cards to kind of pull everything together. I'm not clarifying anything else at the moment specifically, although I did say I would pull another card on that. Guides told me to pull it off the bottom. We're back to the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so that was so clear too. They're like, pull the bottom card. It's this card again on top of your High Priestess. So you're not being a white rose, and the wisdom is telling you be true to yourself, be true to yourself, and you're like, no, because this is what the universe wants. This is what my soulmate wants. If you're trying specifically to get a man's attention or a woman's attention by changing your colors, that's not the right person for you. And if it is the right person for you, they aren't going to see you when you change your colors into whatever it is you think they want. That's just the way it is. And that's the wisdom that's trying to come through in this card. And your intuition is even telling you the exact same thing, but you don't want to hear it because you're really invested in this. And I'm begging you, invest in this. Not that. Be true to who you are. Be true to who you were. Your dreams as a child, what this looked like for you. You need to get into the cosmic heart. You need to open up and let true love come in past your fears and everything. Now, we didn't get a lot of fear cards in the reading, which is great. What I'm mostly picking up in here is, pretense, is like pretend energy. Like, you're not being real with yourself. And if you're not real with yourself, your sacred soulmate isn't going to actually see you. I'm shuffling upside down. That's weird. I spend a lot of time, I have issues with my weight. And I spend a lot of time going like, I don't want to be in a relationship at this size. And to a certain degree, that's a protective thing for me. It's like, well, I'll just stay fat, and then I have an excuse not to be in a relationship. At the end of the day, my weight isn't going to bother my sacred soulmate one way or the other. I mean, it could, because it's not my truth. But just the weight in and of itself isn't going to be a deterrent. The fact that it's not my truth is a deterrent. I know my true self does not weigh what I weigh, is not unhealthy. And I am actually finally making steps in that direction to bring myself into integrity in that area. And that's what we're talking about here. The things that you're out of integrity with yourself on. It doesn't even have to be, so you're trying to put on airs for somebody else, or trying to put on, red rose paint for somebody else. It could just be areas that you're not in integrity with yourself. And you know it. For me, that's my weight. For you, it could be a job. It could be smoking. It could be a relationship you're in. It could be recreational drug use. It could be, it could be anything. It could be a weird hobby you have. If you're out of integrity with yourself in an area. It's time to be really honest with that. Stop blocking your intuition with this, decision to, if this were the Seven of Wands, it's a stand your ground card. Seven of Pentacles is about putting in the work, but you need to put it in the right area. Not in this weird, dreamy, what you think is right. Okay, now I'm going to draw 3 cards down here to pull this reading together. We've got the Emperor, the Ten of Wands reversed, and the Knight of Swords. And crossing that, well, now we have the Seven of Wands. All right, so kind of drawing this whole reading in. The Ten of Wands upright is, it's a burden to a breaking point. The energy I'm actually getting off of this is that you're resisting the breaking point. This is actually a beautiful card. This is actually a card that brings change. But you're resisting the change. It's almost like you're just piling on more wands and more wands and more wands, because you're like, I refuse to break. I refuse to change. The Emperor energy, it's like almost, because these cards are drawn in black and white, it's like that's almost like our dead tree from the other reading again. This Emperor energy is, again, it's reading to me as very stubborn energy. Usually, the Emperor is, a great business master. There's a lot of positives about the Emperor, but in this moment, with these cards, with everything that's gone on, it's reading as stubborn energy. It's the energy that's causing you to just keep piling on more wands. You're standing your ground in a place you shouldn't be standing your ground on. And this Knight of Swords is a fast-moving card coming in with new energy, with new opportunities, with new messages, with new, I want to say opportunities again. But it's going to bounce off all those wands, and the poor little owl will get injured, maybe with his own sword. It is your life, and you do you. You do what's right for you. You do what you want to do, what you need to do. But from this reading, what I'm telling you, what is keeping you out at this moment from your, or one of the areas that we need to look at, keeping you away from joining with your sacred soulmate partner, is your refusal to be in integrity with yourself, or your misunderstanding of, how you're going about. There's something in the process that you're going about trying to attract that true love that's not in integrity. We need to shift the 10 of Cups, like I said, back to the 10 of Pentacles, because it's a much more grounded happily ever after. And I do believe in this. I do believe in the happily ever after. These Rumi cards are, amazing. We need to move out of fear and let become love. We need to become the Queen of Cups. That's the Cosmic Heart and the Queen of Cups to me in this deck. They very much, they resonate very similarly. Even colors are similar. It's like this could be her cup, sending all of this energy out to the planet. And at the end of the day, that is who and what we've come to do and be. As spiritual beings on this planet during this shift, I'm just going to take it back to a very spiritual place before we end. We are here, and this is the whole journey, isn't it? We're told from the time we're very young, be a red rose, be a red rose, be a red rose. And you're like, but I'm not a red rose, I'm a white rose. But I'm not going to be loved or accepted as being a white rose, so I'm going to be a red rose. Look in your life. Don't be afraid. This is the only thing. There's fear on this card. I can feel the energy of fear. It's like you are afraid, in your intuition, but you have it turned off because you're afraid. You need to be a white rose. You need to be a white rose. When you can get into integrity with this, things will open up for you. Things will move forward for you. And on that note, again, I will harp on the fact that as the time I'm recording this in the astrology, we've got all the planets moving forward until the end of April. This is the time to make changes. This is the time to restructure things. This is the time to come into integrity with yourself, with your mission, with your relationship with what you know as God. And stop taking on wands as any kind of source of like, oh, look at me, I'm so strong, I can take all these wands on. Yes, you are strong, but why do you need to be? Don't miss out on the beauty that's ahead of you. There's always opportunities coming in, so it's going to be there, but don't, it's like this card and this card speak to me of, don't be, this is coming in, be ready. Don't be piling up, standing your ground and piling up more wands. That's not being ready. This person is resting, learning, with one sword at the ready to go into battle. I hope that this helped you. I hope that it spoke to you on some level. If it didn't, just go back and rewatch this beginning part because these cards were really beautiful. But I am sending you all my love today, and I hope that this finds you in a place of, it's like I can feel the energy and I can't find the word for it. Openness. I feel like there are some people that this is going to connect with because you are in the exact right energy to ascend. And this is about ascending. This is about ascending past this need to be a red rose into being a white rose. I'm going to stop harping on that. I'm going to say goodbye to you all. I'm sending you all my love, and I will see you all on the next video. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate your watching and the messages that you've been sending me. You're very kind, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Have a blessed rest of your weekend or rest of your day.